The most dangerous type of precipitation in the tri-state is in fact freezing rain. It's an often silent and invisible problem that leads to widespread tree damage and power outages, and it's very hard to remove.
We put a lot of emphasis on severe weather preparedness, and rightfully so, but ahead of severe storms is not the only time you need to prepare for dangerous weather.
You know, that's right. Winter can bring all kinds of hazards and challenges. So what are some things people can do right now to be prepared for the winter weather season?
First, make sure everyone in your home has a coat, hat, gloves, and warm shoes that fit properly. If you need a coat and cannot afford one, reach out to the Salvation Army about their Coat a Kid drive or try the Family Resource Center at your child's school. Second, prevent carbon monoxide poisoning by installing a CO detector and checking that it has a working battery. And never use a gas range or oven to heat your home. Home heating is the second leading cause of home fires, and winter is when most home fires happen. Remember to keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away from fireplaces, wood stoves, space heaters, and radiators. Turn space heaters off when you leave a room or go to bed. Never plug a space heater into an extension cord or power strip, and have your furnace, chimney, and chimney connector all inspected by a professional and make repairs before the cold weather sets in. Finally, get your car ready for cold weather. Make sure your tires are in good condition and check the pressure, because when the temperatures drop, it often will too. Test your battery, because a weak battery in the summer often turns into a dead battery in the winter. Maintain your antifreeze levels or have a mechanic do it. And finally, pack an emergency kit with all the winter roadside essentials.
And meteorologist Michael Fecca is back now to kind of look back at the year we've had. It's been an incredible year here in the tri-state.
Yeah, really a case of that weather whiplash. We started off the year with a ton of snow and ice and cold, and then we transitioned into spring, where of course we saw severe weather and flooding. We kicked the year off with a major snow and ice storm on January 5th. The northern half of the tri-state saw heavy snow and sleet accumulations of 4 to 8 inches. South of I-64, widespread ice totals around a ½ inch, combined with gusty winds, which led to widespread power outages. And a few days later, on January 10th, 2 rounds of snow swept through the tri-state. Most of us picked up 3 to 6 inches, which quickly stuck as our temperatures had been below freezing for several days following the ice storm. And in February, a prolonged period of heavy rain brought widespread flooding. Parts of western Kentucky picked up more than 6 inches of rain in just 48 hours. There were more than 300 road closures, 1,000 water rescues, and 40,000 people without power across the state of Kentucky. And just a couple days later, snow spread across the tri-state and roads quickly became covered due to temperatures only in the teens to low 20s. Most of our region received 2 to 5 inches of snow, but wind gusts of around 25 miles per hour led to some blowing and drifting, which made measuring a bit of a challenge. And widespread severe thunderstorms hit our region March 14th and 15th. One of those storms that night produced large hail that damaged windows, siding, roofs, and vehicles in Owensboro. And in Indiana, an EF2 tornado began near Hobstad and moved northeast through Oakland City, then continued through Pike and into Daviess County. On April 2nd, a tornado outbreak occurred across the tri-state. The Storm Prediction Center issued a rare high risk for our region for the first time since November 17th, 2013. There were 9 tornadoes that touched down in the tri-state that day, 7 EF1s and 2 EF2s. Now, those storms also brought the first of several rounds of rain that continued through April 6th. Parts of western Kentucky saw up to 16 inches of rain. Flooding along the Green River was the worst in over 60 years. The Ohio River at Owensboro observed its highest crest since 1997, while Evansville registered its highest stage since 1964. 2 tornadoes hit the tri-state on May 16th, an EF2 in Gallatin County and an EF3 in Union County that moved right through the south side of Morganfield. Some homes there suffered catastrophic damage, with most roofs and exterior walls removed. 2 weaker tornadoes impacted the region on June 7th. One EF0 hit Spencer County just northwest of Hatfield, and the other, an EF0, hit the south side of Owensboro. That tornado was filmed developing right around Frederica Street. And less than a week later, on June 13th, slow-moving thunderstorms produced torrential rainfall amounts of 3 to 5 inches in just a couple of hours, resulting in major flash flooding. Numerous roads on the west side of Evansville were impassable and drivers had to be rescued. Even a brief EF0 tornado struck the same area. And one of our longest-lasting heat waves in recent memory occurred in mid to late July. High temperatures in the low to mid 90s combined with very high humidity levels to produce heat index values of 100 to 110 from July 16th through the 30th. And the main story in the month of September was actually the lack of weather, as we spent the entire month there in a drought.
How well do you know your weather? Which winter did Evansville receive the most snowfall? Was it 1917, 1918, 1977, 78, or 2004, 2005?